Hello and welcome to Live from the Lab. This is a show where we talk about different technologies that Bruker has developed to help scientists discover the world around us. Today's topic is all about service. Now, service is often an overlooked thing. It's one of those issues that we don't think about till we have a problem. But like any high-end piece of equipment, whether it's an XRD, an XRF, or a Ferrari, you gotta be a little bit more proactive rather than reactive. I mean, if you're not changing the oil every once in a while, that engine's gonna blow. And that's probably going to happen right before your next race. So let's not let that happen. Let's make sure that your instruments are ready for your next discovery. So in order to learn more, we're going to take a little tour of the facility here, and we're also going to talk to some of my colleagues. With that, let's head on over and start some of those discussions. Hello, Stephanie.
Hi, John.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
All right, so today a little bit different. Normally we're talking about some of our analytical solutions. Today we're going to talk about some solution of a different sort, huh?
Yeah, we're going to go over our service operations and how we can protect your instrument with Labscape.
So, I mean, service, like I was saying, it's kind of one of those things people don't think about until it's too late, huh?
Definitely. A lot of our customers and just the world in general has a reactive approach instead of proactive. When you're reactive, you have a lot of downtime, more costly repairs. If you're protected, you can maximize your uptime and operate under controlled cost.
Yeah, I mean, some of the numbers are just absolutely amazing, these statistics. Like in a semiconductor scenario, you could be talking about $100,000 an hour, for downtime costs. So, really having that proactive approach is the way to go, huh?
Definitely.
Now, speaking of proactive, one way is, of course, bill as you go. The problem creeps up, give us a call, right? And we'll help you out.
Yeah, if you don't have any protection, we will always help our customers get back up and running. Billable is definitely an option. It is a risk. Without Labscape, you don't have priority response. Again, you aren't covered from expensive repairs, so the wheels can fall off easily if you're not covered.
And I think that's an important thing. I know for me as a customer, so before I joined Bruker, I was a Bruker customer, and I always appreciated give a call. Somebody's going to pick up, they're going to have a discussion with you, help you out the best they can.
Definitely. Our in-house experts and on-site experts are really committed to making sure that our customers are happy and we make sure that your instrument is running at peak performance.
Yeah, but then on the other side of it, it was always a pain if it was something where we had to get somebody on site or even just get a part out.
Definitely.
Then all of a sudden I had to work with, my finance people, get that PO cut, get quotes, all of this, and we're sitting there with downtime and, missed discoveries, and the timelines are shifting there for me as a customer. Absolutely none of Bruker's fault. It's all on me for not kind of thinking forward, right? So one of those benefits, though, is also, as a customer, I can kind of forecast what my costs are going to be every year, right?
Definitely. So based on what plan is purchased, obviously there's a cost associated. So let's say you have a failure and you are not covered by Labscape. We give you the repair estimate, the customer gets that PO issued to us, our engineer comes on site to do the repair. Let's say it turns out that repair is more involved and more expensive than previously thought. The engineer on site is held to the PO amount that was originally issued, meaning he can do as much work as that PO allows, then he has to leave. Customer needs to get another PO issued to us, and then wait until we can come back on site again.
Yeah, and it always seems like, in those moments, it takes forever to get those POs from your in-house purchasing, So, I really see the advantage of it from that perspective. Now, you had mentioned the name of our program is Labscape.
Yes.
Okay, so now I had heard that before when it came to NMRs and some of the bioproducts, but now this is something that we're kind of expanding?
Yeah, so it's available for all our product lines. It's available for BNA as well. So, our 3 plans, all of them include free telephone support, remote desktop support, software updates, and augmented reality support. And then when we get into our base level, that's our access package. That includes a 1 PM, 1 service visit, parts, detector coverage, and a 10% discount on x-rays and anodes. This is more common for our academic and museums and gallery partners. Then we have our complete package, which is middle tier. That's that 1 PM again, but now you have unlimited service visits, parts, and detector coverage, a 10% discount on the x-ray, most common for industrial manufacturing and petrochemical. And lastly, Complete Plus, our most comprehensive all-in plan. It's 1 PM unlimited service visits, parts, and detector coverage, but now you get that x-ray source covered. And that's for anyone running 24/7.
Now, am I locked into one plan or another plan, or is there some ability to change?
So yeah, if you, let's say you bought Access and it turns out you want those unlimited service visits, we can upgrade you in the middle of your agreement, or you can upgrade when you renew.
Okay, and in terms of that renewal thing, do most people do it like every year, or is it like they get a 3-year contract or 5-year?
It depends. We do offer multi-year agreements, and we offer a nice discount for multi-year agreements. You can choose to go year-by-year renewals. I'd say it's a 50-50 split. It just depends on budgets and if customers are trying it out for the first time. You want to just make sure we're committed to them, which we are.
Yeah, I mean, so like what if you have a customer who, they got the instrument, they had the warranty period, everything's great, things golden, everything's working wonderful, and it comes to the end, I'm like, no, we're good to go. I don't need that program. But then like 9 months into that post-warranty period, I got a problem. Can I like sign up for a warranty later?
So you can get...
I guess it's not a warranty. It's a contract.
Service agreement.
Okay. It's an important differentiator.
You can get an agreement at any time.
Okay.
Let's say that situation where you have a repair, you're just coming off of a warranty.
Yeah.
So, we have 2 options. You pay for that repair. After that repair is done, we cover you. Or depending if it's a more expensive repair, we might discount that repair if you buy a 2-year service agreement at one of our higher levels.
Okay. So you're willing to work with them, but you don't. If you don't have the agreement, since day one, it's year 3 or whatever. I can always think, you know what? Actually, I do want to get that contract.
Yeah, not a problem. We would just have an engineer come on site, make sure that your instrument is working. If there's any issues, that would have to be fixed prior to the commencement of the agreement. But yeah, we are happy to get our instruments covered. They just have to be 10 years or younger and working.
Okay. So now you had mentioned augmented reality. That's kind of cool. So do I have to have a product that was like, when it was made, it had this augmented reality built in, or is this like something that Service uses as a tool?
Service uses as a tool.
Okay.
So let's say you have an issue with your system. Our in-house support can guide you through and point arrows onto your system to help you repair on your own.
Oh, wow. That sounds really cool. So, and I think we're going to see it in action later today.
Yes, our service product manager, Sean, should be touching on that later.
Yeah, I think he's working really hard on getting that set up. So, it'll work, though. That's the thing about Service. They always fix the problems, right?
Yes.
Yeah, very knowledgeable. So now, you had mentioned also that if you have the plan, you get some discounts. So if I want to add on parts, if I have a big machine and all of a sudden my needs changed and now I need to get a new stage or something like this, there's some discounts there, huh?
Yeah. So our discounts for our plans, we obviously do that multi-year discount that I touched on earlier. If you have multiple instruments at one site, you get a discount for that, and then we offer an academic discount. If you want to customize your plan like you touched on, adding additional PMs, you can purchase up to 4 PMs per year, and they're all at a discounted rate. Again, you can do that with the OQ as well.
Okay. So now we were talking a little bit about technology. Another aspect of this tech is going to be software, right? So we have, Bruker, I think, is undisputed. We have the awesomest, best refinement software. We can regress the most trusted results out of your result. We've seen that in countless episodes here. So we've kind of modernized the whole process, right? We don't have like CDs going out anymore.
Nope.
Floppy disks. That's probably before your time, floppy disks.
That is before my time.
So we had the floppies. But nowadays we don't even have CDs, huh?
Nope. So I will show you guys in a minute. Actually, I'll show you now. Let's go to brukersupport.com.
All right.
So here, once you are a registered customer in here, if you go to Downloads and Software, you can see the software available for this equipment, the equipment that you selected when you registered your account. You can also go to Documents and see all the documents specific to your instrument as well.
So in terms of signing up for this account or registering for the account, what do you need?
So let's check it out. So here we go to register brukersupport.com. You fill in all of your information, and then here you're going to add your instrument or instruments. I'll select that. And then
Oh, you're an XRF user, huh?
XRF is my favorite. Hopefully you have your serial number. If not, not a problem. But adding equipment to your account, that's what's going to customize your experience once you're logged in.
Okay.
And I do want to touch on, back when you have your account, that we now have this My Agreements portal. So this is where you can keep track of all of your service agreements. So we can see right here that there's an S8 Tiger service agreement that's pending, and we have a covered D2 phaser that has complete benchtop. And if you declined any service agreements, they would show here as well. And then you can click in and get your proposal loaded as well. So just an easy way to manage your equipment and get support.
Oh, wow. So yeah, and you can see then what's covered, what's not covered, things like that. You can make your if you're at that financial point in the discussions where you're trying to plan for next year, you could get an idea here.
Yeah, we are definitely focused on revitalizing service and making sure that we are offering the best experience to our customers.
Okay. So now in addition to software, we also have documents, right? So user manuals.
Right.
There's method notes. If you're an XRM customer out there, actually, there's a huge catalog of something called method notes that you should check out. So, but yeah, and I mean, great. Sometimes technology works when it's like seamless. When you're just like, this is how it should be, right? I should be able to go online, just download that software, download the manual.
Exactly. We're working on making it, easy to maintain and operate your equipment.
All right. And is there any costs associated with having a Bruker support account?
Support? No, it's free. I would love if everyone signed up for it. Yeah, it's free. It's a really great tool for our customers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So with that, we're going to head on over and see a tour of the Madison facility. So let's head on over to it.
We are here at one of our global service centers in Madison, Wisconsin. This is where we house our service operations. So why don't we go inside and take a look behind the scenes. So we are at Service Admin, and this is Jackie, part of our Service Admin team. Jackie, when a customer has a problem and they need support, generally they'll reach you or someone else from the Service Admin team first. Is that correct?
Yes. So when we get a call in, we try to just send that call to an available in-house support right away to get the customer taken care of.
Okay. So and that's product line dependent usually?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. All right. So if somebody's not available at that moment, then what happens? You open a ticket or a case?
Yep. So we will get as much information as we can, what the issue is that the end user is having, and then we will open up a case or a ticket, assign it to somebody in the support group, and then usually the in-house support will get back to them in roughly an hour. Okay,
great. And if a customer just needs a part, doesn't necessarily need any additional support, you can handle that as well?
Yep. So they can call in with a credit card, and we can do that over the phone. Otherwise, they can email us with a PO, and we are the ones that process that kind of thing.
Okay, so. Excellent. All right, well, thank you. Yeah. I think we'll head over to the next area.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Bye.
Hi, Peter. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Hello. Thanks for picking up the call. I have an issue with one of the devices. When I did some measurements in the past, there was always some ice forming around my sample in the center. Maybe you can help me to resolve this issue?
Yeah, the first place I usually check is the air dryer coming through, pushing air onto the sample. So if you could look for a piece of equipment on the outside of the enclosure, it'll be sitting on the ground typically.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it. There's like 2 boxes with green lights, and you draw an error for me. Should I check this one out?
Yeah, go ahead and just power cycle it and we'll check.
Okay. So I will press the green button, right?
Yep. Perfect. And that'll take probably about 10 or 15 seconds. And then I'll actually have you check on the low temp device to see if you feel dry air coming out. You should feel a steady stream.
Okay, I will go back to the device. Let's see, let me quickly remove the sample. Oh yeah, I can feel some dry air coming out, and it's getting colder.
Perfect. I think this should resolve it. But if it doesn't, I'll put our contact info in the chat here. So you should see a PDF shortly.
Okay, I'm waiting for it.
All right, that should be visible in a couple of seconds here.
Oh yeah, it's loading, and there's your contact information. That is very helpful. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome, Peter.
Okay, thank you for your support. Have a nice day.
Yeah, you too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, Sean, how you doing?
Good. This is Pete Janullo. He's part of our XRD technical support team. I just overheard when I walked up, you were giving somebody some help.
Yeah, I was helping a field engineer kind of work through some problems.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were doing that remotely, or?
Yeah. With the HoloLens, I can kind of give them some help, like I'm right there with them. You know,
Okay.
help isolate the problem and more efficient work.
Okay. And if he didn't have something like a HoloLens, could he use other devices?
Yeah, we'd maybe go through Teams and share control. Other ways to try to remote in, maybe use a person's cell phone.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And these tools like HoloLens and the devices, they can give you an AR view of the area, so that you kind of feel like you're right there with them.
Yeah. We can pause the image. We can draw. Give them a real sense they're with them. So.
Okay. Great. And customers also have access to this tool? If they need it?
Yep. We can provide that kind of support to customers. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Excellent. Yeah. Well, I think we're gonna go over to another area.
All right. Take care, Sean.
Yeah, so it looks like we were able to troubleshoot that problem to a faulty drive board, and we have that drive board in stock that we can ship to you overnight, and you should receive that tomorrow morning, and I will follow that up with a tracking order. All right. Yeah, you too. Sure, thanks. Bye.
Hey, Kerry.
Hey, Sean.
This is Kerry Klitsky. He's part of our single crystal technical support group. So it sounds like you were just finishing up a call with a customer?
Yeah, I had a call come in last night through the hotline, and was just helping the customer work through the problem.
Okay, so the hotline, that's 24-hour technical support. If they can't resolve the issue, then it gets sent over to Jackie?
Right. Yep, Jackie opened a ticket, and I was able to contact the customer. We were able to work through the problem. We had the part in stock, and I'll be able to overnight that part to him. He should receive it in the morning.
Okay, excellent. All right. Well, I think we're going to head downstairs and take a look at that part.
Okay.
All
right.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Sean.
Bye. Hey, Kelly.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Kelly works in our material handling department. I was just talking to Kerry Klitsky upstairs, and he was finishing up a call with a customer, and he ordered a part. So I came down hoping that maybe we could see the Ramstar in action, retrieving the part.
Okay, that's good. I just printed it off.
Okay, great. So this machine holds a lot of parts. Like,
Yeah.
How many? You think it roughly?
There's 60 trays and there's 2 silos, so it's 120 trays, and depending on the size of the part, probably 6,000.
So if we didn't have this, we would have parts everywhere around.
Oh yeah, we'd have rows and rows of shelves.
Yeah, and then you'd have to go and try to find the part and go through all these shelves and
Yeah.
locate it. And here you just, what do? You punch in a number and
Yep.
then it goes and retrieves it?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, it sounds like it's working hard bringing our part down now.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah.
Wow, you can really see the
Yeah.
quantity of shelves inside.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So in this shelf, I am looking for an O-ring.
Okay.
It is right here.
Oh, great. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you. I assume that part will get delivered overnight?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And we're going to head over to the service department.
Yep.
Hey, Oliver.
Hey, Sean, how you doing?
Good. This is our service system area. We invested in these service systems to allow us to test customer parts when they come back for RMA repairs. We also can utilize it for our technical support staff to come down and have hands-on time with the instrument, take pictures to send to customers, or just have a general system that they can refer to when there's a problem that comes up and somebody needs help. So why don't we head over to the depot repair, which is also part of this system. Hey, Todd.
Hey, Sean, how you doing?
Good. This is Todd Larson. He's part of our single crystal group, and this is our depot repair center. So, Todd, looks like you're working on an ICS.
Yeah, today I'm working on an ICS for a Photon 2 or Photon 3 detector. I'm going to replace the board and the fan in there. Then it'll go to our test station, and we'll turn around and get it out to the customer.
Okay, so that's customer property that was RMA'd in?
Yes.
Okay, excellent, excellent. In addition to customer property in this depot repair, we can handle FRU repairs, and FRU stands for Field Replaceable Unit. It's a collection of parts that are grouped together and in one assembly, and it makes it much easier and more efficient to swap out in the field. So our staff can swap them out, and customers, if they choose to, can also use the FRUs to make their repair easy. Okay, Todd. Well, I'm going to let you get back to it then.
All right. Thanks, Sean. Have a good day.
All right. Take care.
Yep.
So this is our shipping and receiving department. We have 6 different carriers that come in and out of here every day, dropping off parts and picking up parts for our field representatives and for our customers. I want to thank you for joining us in this look behind the scenes of our service operations, and have a good day.
We sell like 60 a month at least, so a lot. A lot.
All right, so we're back here from the tour. Sean, it's a great little run around the building, huh?
Yeah, John. It's nice to get a look at the faces behind the names in our service operations.
It definitely is. And, that's something. We say it like in the beginning. It's like, people realize this equipment is designed by people, right? And the salespeople we have out there, people buy from people. Well, people service this stuff too, right?
Exactly. Yes.
And it's all
And
about
they're
the
great
people.
Yes.
Yeah. So, speaking of people, actually, so we're going to get to some questions, by the way. And if you have any questions, go ahead and write them right now on the side of the YouTube window, and we will answer them live. Otherwise, if you happen to be watching this later or you think about it later, you can always send it in to live.events@bruker.com, and we will get you an answer. But what I was going to say is, what are we talking about in terms of number of people? I mean, how many people does Bruker service have out there?
Well, globally in the field, we have close to 200.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And how many different, what's our footprint? Is it just Madison here, Madison, Wisconsin, or do we have other offices?
Well, we have 3 of the major service hubs. We have one in Madison, Wisconsin, we have one in Karlsruhe, Germany, and we have one in Penang.
Okay.
Then we have our other service hubs that are not service centers that are located in various areas in Australia, South America, Japan, China, India.
Okay. So we're really talking about a global network here.
Absolutely.
That's great. That's great. And if people have a question, then they pick up the phone, and it's whatever, from China calling, it's going to connect them to the people in China, right?
Yes, yeah. So they call their local number, and if it's after hours, they actually will get rerouted to our 24 support. So just call the same number you normally call, and there's trained experts there willing to help you no matter what time of day it is.
Wow, wow. So, yeah, that's a great thing. And by the way, if anybody is ever near one of these centers or the hubs, if you're in town, reach out to us, and you can always come in, have a visit, meet the people. We certainly met some of the people here. That was really neat. So let's get to some of these questions. Now, we do have some that came in before the broadcast and some that are coming in now. So the first question, though, is from Dan, and they're asking, we have a benchtop that doesn't get much use. 3 plans you discussed would be too much for it. Do you have anything else for me?
We do. So we have our essential plan, and it is what it sounds. It's 1 p.m., and that's pretty essential. So you get your routine maintenance, and you also have an hour of free telephone support and free remote support. But limited plan, Yeah, I think that's more recommended for backup systems and benchtops that are kind of, not as in use or not at a high risk,
All right. Next question from Cameron is, we don't have a service contract on our D8 Venture system. If we have a problem, how much does a technical support call cost?
We don't charge anything for the initial technical support call.
All right.
Up to about 20 minutes or so. Usually in that time frame, we either have fixed the problem if it's something simple, or we determine that it needs a part or it needs an on-site visit. And so at that point, we would transition to the perfect call or to order a part.
All right. And I know when you call in, oftentimes they'll ask for a system serial number and things like that. Is that so you can bill them, or is that so that
It's
for tracking?
Well, for a lot of reasons. So number one, to understand which exact instrument you have, what
Okay.
the model, the specifics about it, and then of course whether you actually have Labscape contract coverage or if it's billable, and then we can make sure that we have the appropriate response. Labscape customers get a priority response when it comes to service calls and parts delivery. So we want to make sure that they get those benefits.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays with the way people change positions, change jobs, sometimes you have that piece of equipment and it could have a contract and
You don't even know it.
you don't even know. Yeah.
Yes.
So now, what if you're looking for that serial number? Where do you find it?
Well, on the front of the instrumentation, there'll be a sticker that has your serial number right on the front of it, along with the contact information.
All right, great. So just make sure before you call, just go around, look at it, take a picture with your cell phone. You'll be ready to go.
Yeah.
All right. And one other thing with that, it's kind of neat that you guys do though, like look at history of problems, right? So you have software and you use that serial number and you can actually see, oh, you know what? You guys had called 6 months ago or 3 months ago, similar issue, right?
Yes, that's true. Yeah, we can look through the history, recognize if this is a problem that's repeated,
Yeah.
and then take appropriate action there.
Yeah, I mean, I remember once we were dealing with this customer who they kind of shared power with a hospital type facility, right? And they had a problem that they were running their machine, and every so often, it was like on a schedule, kind of every 6 weeks or so. All of a sudden, the machine would lose power in the middle of the night. Nobody knew what was going on, and it turned out it was the janitor. They would come in, they needed that plug, they just unplug the machine, plug in their thing, and plug it back in, and it was like, oh, what's going on? So, keeping track of that stuff, I think that's really important.
Yeah.
Next question here that we got in from Angela is, my instrument is off a warranty, and I don't have a service agreement. Can I get one?
Yeah, you can still get a service agreement. You can get one at any time. Like I mentioned earlier, we would just have an engineer come on site, make sure that your instrument is working properly, and if there's any repairs needed, we get that taken care of prior to the agreement starting. But yeah, you can get a service agreement anytime. If you need a proposal, please email customer.service@bruker.com.
All right, great. Now, you have some questions that have been coming in on the live, so keep those coming in, everybody. So the first question is from Live in 3D, and that person is asking, we currently have the top level service plan. So good job there. Start.
Good job.
Do we need to supply the equipment for the augmented reality service, or is that something that's provided?
Well, they can use any device that they currently have. So if you have a cell phone, a tablet, we can use that and get a similar AR functionality where we can guide you, point out things, place arrows that'll be in three-dimensional space. If they want something a little more advanced, they can purchase a HoloLens. And
Okay.
with that, you can have a hands-free operation, and you can do the same stuff, but with that hands-free, you can actually work and get help from an expert at the same time.
So now if I buy one of these HoloLens things, is there like different configurations of them and stuff? Or is there like, I just can go out and go online, HoloLens, buy that thing, and I'm good to go?
You can buy that, and then we can tell you which software to install. You can also soon, not yet, but soon you'll be able to buy one from us that's pre-configured and ready to go.
All right, great. Next question is from Cyani92. Do you think there would be at a point in the future where Bruker would offer combined Labscape plans across instruments? So for example, let's say I have an XRD and an NMR.
Okay. Yes and no. So in BrukerSupport.com coming soon, we'll be able to issue a proposal for all of your instruments. The service plans do vary on product line. So, a XRD benchtop is very different than an XRF fluorescentating system. So we won't be able to give uniformity to the plans, but we'll be able to issue one proposal, make it easier for you to manage that.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, one Bruker. So in the future, you'll get,
One proposal for all your instruments.
There we go. But of course, different people to fix each machine, because our people are specialists, right, for each of those instruments.
And we're a sole source provider, so all of our engineers and in-house engineers, they're factory trained. We don't like anyone else touching our instruments. Specifically trained to manage them. They're experts. You can trust them.
Okay, and that is actually quite different than a lot of service organizations, even contract providers that you hear about, where it's a third-party group. They're doing their best to fix the stuff, but they don't have those insights and those connections right to the factory and the designers, right?
Yes.
Okay. So next question that came in from Holger is, if I am facing an expensive billable repair, can I just purchase the service contract and that'll cover it all?
Unfortunately, no.
That's what Holger wants to do.
Unfortunately, no. I mean, if you get in a car accident, you don't get car insurance after the accident to cover it.
Yep.
So what we can do is that we can discount the repair by up to 50% with a multi-year purchase of a service agreement. So you'll get a discount on the repair. We can help you out a little bit, but we can't just assume the repair.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the other thing about these plans. The thing to remember is you're buying the peace of mind.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's what that money's going towards.
Yeah, you're protecting your investment.
Yep. And you're protecting, your company. I mean, if you're one of these, companies, a foundry or somebody who has to get those parts out, and the longer they sit on the loading dock, the longer you're losing money, man, having something like this could really save you.
Yeah, the cost of downtime is something to consider for sure.
Yeah. And man, today with the logistics and all of that, the parts logistics, people having that peace of mind is important, right?
Yes.
Definitely.
All right. And we follow-up question from Live in 3D. As a 24-hour operation, I can attest that the top-level service plan has paid for itself time and time again. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And the team in Madison has been beyond helpful in keeping us up.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you, for those kind words. So believe it from Live in 3D here. It's a good thing to have.
It's not a sponsored post.
That's right. So next question from Oliver is, if we want to learn to repair our own system, will Bruker train us?
Yes, we will. Yeah, we have multiple classes in person throughout the year that you can attend. We also soon will be offering online classes through BrukerAcademy.com.
All right. And that's something that's kind of unique. I mean, out there's a lot of vendors, and I'm not just talking about the analytical instrument market, just in general, where they don't want people fixing stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes cars are that way, right? No, you don't touch it. We do it all.
Yeah. We're partners in this. We want to make sure that our customers are successful as well.
Yeah.
So whatever tools we can provide to make our customers successful, we're going to provide them.
Yeah, sometimes you got those people who like to tinker and they like to fix it.
Yes.
And then you got other people who are like, nope, I'm all thumbs. Right?
Hands off.
So,
yeah, that's fine. We can accommodate all.
That's a great feature. And like you said, there's the class here in Madison you can do. You can also have custom classes at your location.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just reach out to us. We can help you with all of that. Another tip I have for everybody out there is, if you're getting a machine installed, while they're doing the installation, just kind of hang out and don't get in the way. Kind of stand back a little bit. But you know what? When you're installing a machine, sometimes it's nice to have somebody to click the buttons on the computer, or be that extra hand. And if you're helping out, that's a great way to learn about these machines too.
Sure.
And build that relationship with your local service person.
Right.
So next we got Julie. What happens when I have a problem after hours?
Well, when we talked about earlier slightly, they call the regular number, whatever their local number is. They can find their local number by going to Bruker.com, service and support, and then help desk. And you can filter by your product, and it'll give you your local number, your local email address. You can call them anytime, and an expert will be there to receive your call and help you out.
Yeah. All right. And when we say hours, so after hours and such, and I understand this is going to change depending on where you are around the globe.
Exactly.
But like here in Madison, what do we generally say is like the hours people can call and try to get somebody?
8 to 5, they'll usually reach people here.
All
Yes.
right. One nice thing too, I remember when I was a customer of Bruker, is once you kind of make that connection with somebody, we try to keep that connection, right? So if you're talking to Bo, or if you're talking to Pete, or anybody there, Nathan, they're gonna, we're gonna try to connect you back up with that same person so you can have that relationship, that history, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have years that these people have been working. Our customers have been working with the same people day in and day out for their operation. It truly is a partnership, and having that connection with those people, it helps. They know the history, they know you, they know your needs, and it's one of the great advantages to our operation. Yeah,
and that's one of those benefits then too. I don't want to make this whole thing sound like it's an infomercial for Labscape. It's a great product. So, of course, hey, if you want to pay as you go, that's always a great option. But speaking from experience, for a while I was on the other side of that phone, answering people's questions, helping them to get the support. And man, it is sure nice when somebody has that contract, because I can help them right away. I can just right there ship the part out, and then if they're handy, let's get it fixed the next day, or or let me get that service person scheduled to get out there right away, rather than let me get you the quote. Then your finance has to cut the PO after you explained everything 5 times to 5 different people, and finally, you call back and we can do it. It's a nice way of fostering that relationship if you're a manager, and think about that. Fostering the relationship is these contracts.
Yeah, and not just that. When you're on that kind of billable call, the engineers is in the time crunch. Mm-hmm. So they may have wanted to get to other aspects that weren't broken, but maybe they wanted to tune it up a little bit, maximize X-rays, but they can't because they ran out of time, because the PO is usually cut just for the minimum.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So now service, we've talked a lot about service kind of in terms of fixing things, but there's also the aspect of getting the most out of your machine, right? And that's what we have a big thrust in now, is customer success, making sure that you guys out there with your machines, you're getting the best results you can and the most out of your machines. We also have some application services that we offer, right?
Yes. We can sell. We can have a customer, can have a person come in on site, applications on site, to get applications training, we can sell it by the 2-hour blocks, I believe.
For on site, it's going to be like 2-day application training. If you're doing it,
right.
Yeah, if you're going to do the web, now we do offer, and that's kind of cool too. We're getting more into the web-enabled stuff. And so if you want to do like a 2-hour training session, which, by the way, that is plenty to go over a typical application, you could just get a little block, schedule a time, they'll get together with you. But just like service, just like the, on your side of things, the service side, if you got a question, you call in. We're here to talk to you. Of course, we'll also tell you, you know what, we're getting a little deep in it, and it's probably time now to do one of those online trainings. But that's another service. So, make sure everybody's always getting the best out of it, right?
Yeah, and that is something that service utilizes a lot. If we have something that's more on the customer application side, we have application scientists here that we can refer them to right then, and they can help them. Yeah.
Yeah, and that is always a great relationship to have just here in the building alone, and in all of our buildings. Is you got these application labs, you got the service centers, and we're working together all the time.
Yes.
So that's a great thing. So now, one thing we also wanted to mention today was that there's a few kind of promos going on out there, huh?
Yes. Make sure that you're signed up for Bruker's newsletters. We do have a summer savings promotion coming up on our Labscape agreement, so definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. I don't want to give too much away, but it's a good chance to get your instrument covered if you're not. You can email customer.service@bruker.com, and they'll connect you to any of us that can get you a proposal.
Stephanie said that I'm going to get a discount. That's what you got right there. Right? So, and by the way, there's also a cool new parts website.
Yes.
So you go to Bruker support. Right there it says parts. Just click on parts. Takes you, I think it's like store.bruker.com. I'm not 100% certain on that. So go to Bruker support.
Yes.
Click on the link. And there we have a parts store. If you need sample holders, if you need consumables, anything like that, now you just buy it right online, use your credit card. Really, really simple way. And there's a promo going on there right now too. So
keeping customers happy.
That's right. That's right. So we did have one other question actually that came in, again from Live in 3D. When do you anticipate the Academy running?
So that is going to come to customers in early 2024. I am sure that we will have communications about that going out. So again, make sure you're signed up for the Bruker newsletter so you can stay up to date not only on the service agreements, but also on any future products and development.
All right. Well, I kind of feel like there might be some insider information. Academy. What is Academy?
That is BrukerAcademy.com. It's a new online training site. It's going to be awesome. It's right now in beta in Germany, so
Okay.
2024.
All right. So you'll be able to go on the website, watch some training content, kind of
Yes.
on demand.
It's a secret to me right now still too, so I can't give too much information.
All right. It's the newest streaming service.
Lips are sealed.
Right? The newest streaming service coming to you, all about your machine. So again, if you have any questions that you're thinking about after watching it or later on, just send them in, email those to live.events@bruker.com. And thank you, Stephanie and Sean, both
Thank you for having us.
coming in today. Yeah, it's definitely a nice change, from our normal discussions about the tools and techniques. So until next time, though, let's make sure to keep your signal high and your background low.